everyone, welcome to this agent memory series where we're gonna cover how to manage your agent memory to build your personalized agent. So in the next 3 episodes, you're gonna learn how to give your AI agent real memory step by step. So in the first episode, we will start with short-term memory. So the agent remembers what you said earlier in the same conversation. And then we will do a demo where a trip planning agent forgets everything on turn 2 and we fix it using the same ADK session powered by a session service. And in the second episode, we will move from in-memory storage to a database and build a simple user preference store so that the agent can remember things like you're a vegetarian even in a brand new conversation. And the third episode of the series, we will build a long-term memory. We will use Vertex AI Memory Bank service so that the agent can remember facts from past conversations, even from images, video, and audio, and automatically recall them with preload memory tool. By the end of the series, you will know how to build your AI agents that remember the conversation, the past experience across time and media. Alright, let's jump into the first episode that we will cover what a session is and how to pass into between agents with agent short-term memory. First, let's cover what a session really means. A session is one continuous conversation, like one chat thread on your phone. So in ADK Web UI, it default use in-memory session service. If you create a new session, the agent behaves like it just met you every single time. It can check the previous conversation thread and see everything you said before. Let's see this memory loss example. At turn 1, the user asks, plan a 2-day trip to Lisbon. And then the agent plans the day 1. Great. At turn 2, the user says, perfect, plan day 2. But when we create a new session, the agent starts over. It forgets everything we said in previous conversation, including the city, day 1 plan, and the user's interest. Now, let's fix it just by using the same session. And here, we create one session and reuse it across multiple turns. And now, we ask the same question. And in turn 3, you ask, plan day 2. Because it's the same session, the agent can now look back at the full conversation and adapt the plan. Now you know the magic of the session. Let's take a look at these 2 important components inside the session. They are events and state. So for events, this is like the transcript of every user message and every agent reply, even the user's media input like image data. So this gives agent context. It can read earlier messages. And the second important component is state. You can think of this as a small sticky note that the agent needs quick access to. Things like a restaurant name, a confirmation number, or a chosen theme. Why do we need to use state? Because you don't want your model to reread 50 messages just to find one value. Instead, you can store it once and reuse it. You can take a look at this table to learn more about it. Alright, let's take a look at this example of how agents communicate with each other with session state. You can take a look at the link on the screen or QR code to find the source code. Alright, so for this example, agent A finds a restaurant, and then agent B gives direction to it. So we tell agent A, output only the name of the restaurant, and then we map that output to a key, like a destination. And now agent B automatically receives destination as a variable. So this lets multiple agents collaborate without scrapping the entire transcript. So one thing you really need to remember is you should never modify the session object directly in your tool code. So if you do that, the change will not be recorded in the event log and the persistent service won't save it later. Instead, you should use the context that ADK gives you to or callback. So when you write to context.state, ADK records the change with the event, so it can be stored and recovered when we move to database and long-term memory. And you can take a look at the screen to see the correct way. You can also use the link on the screen or QR code to find the source code. Now, let's recap what we covered in this episode. Firstly, a session is one conversation thread. An event is like transcript. State is like a structured scratch note. So if we use in-memory session service, we use the same session across multiple turns to avoid memory loss. And lastly, we need to write state through context so ADK can save it later. And this gives your agent short-term working memory like RAM. It's fast but temporary. In the next episode, we will add persistence so that your agent can survive in an app restart and still remember the user. Alright, see you there. Bye.